The Singapore cat is a miniature domestic cat breed with large eyes, which gives it a cute look. Differs in devotion to its owners. The Singapore cat is the smallest cat breed in the world, which is distinguished by its extraordinary gracefulness, mischievous character, affection for people and quick wits. Buying Singapura, you first of all get yourself a loyal friend, with whom it will always be fun and interesting. The history of the origin of the Singapore cat breed. The wild ancestors of the Singapore cat lived on the island of Singapura and were not very revered by the local population since they lived mostly in ditches and drain pipes. After the reconstruction of the sewage system by the Singapore government, a significant part of the population of these animals died. And it is not known how their fate would have ended if at about this time the geophysicist Hal Meadow had not appeared on the island on official business. The scientist's wife was a felinologist and at that time even a CFF judge, so he immediately drew attention to unusual cats. The story goes that he sent 4 animals, 3 cats and 1 cat, to his wife Tommy in the United States in 1971. The woman started breeding a new breed but did not keep any records about the registration of mating. In 1974, the descendants of the first Singaporeans were taken back to their home island, where the Maddows went to work. A year later, these cats were first presented at an exhibition in the USA. In the 80s, several more individuals of this breed were introduced, which took part in the development of the gene pool. But the official date of birth of the breed is 1975 because due to the confidential nature of the work of his husband, Tommy had to hide the true state of affairs and the origin of his pets. Since Tommy was a breeder of Burmese and Abyssinian cats, there were long rumors that the Singapore was not a natural breed but was bred as a result of crossing. Be that as it may, the breed was standardized in 1981. In the mid-1980s, it was officially recognized by many phenological communities. Singapore received champion status in 1988. Description of the Singapore cat breed. It is rather difficult to describe Singaporean cats in words, even the photos do not fully convey their charm. All owners claim that an unusual glow comes from their pets. The appearance of a Singapore cat. Island Singapore's cats are diminutive, slender and graceful. But their bones are strong, and the stocky, slightly elongated body has a well-developed muscular system. According to the Singapore standard, the following breed characteristics are inherent. The body is rectangular, slightly angular, powerful limbs of medium length with small, very neat, graceful paws, ending in a medium-sized hard pad. The neck is short and powerful enough. Weight, female 2.5 kilograms, male 3.4 kilograms. The head is small, rounded, with a short, well-defined chin. A blunt small nose is one line with the chin. Large ears open wide at the base, not very far apart, slightly pointed tips. Very large slanting almond-shaped eyes, with a noticeable slope to the outer corner, wide open, not sunken and not protruding. A distance of at least the width of the eye is allowed between the eyes. The color of the eyes is green or yellow, as well as greenish yellow without black, red and gray impurities. The expression in the eyes is always a little surprised. The tail is not very long and thin with a blunt tip. If placed along the body of the cat, then it should reach her shoulder girdle. The coat of the Singaporean cats is short, without undercoat and tightly attached to the body. The coat is thin, shiny, not too soft, but not harsh either. Small kittens may have a softer and silky coat. The color of the Singapore cat. There can be only one color in a Singapore cat, sepia gaudy. The permissible color according to the CFA standard is exclusively sepia gaudy, on a basic light tone, close in color to ivory, dark brown ticking. Each hair should be light at the base, near the skin, and always dark at the end, and also have at least 2 dark stripes alternating with light ones. The tip of the tail is brown with a smooth transition to the back. A dark streak along the ridge is allowed. The muzzle, chest, chin and abdomen are very light warm brownish. Faint stripes are found on the inside of the front legs and on the knees of the hind legs. There are tufts of dark brown wool between the brownish-pinkish paw pads. The color of the nasal speculum varies from light salmon to dark brown edging at nostrils, eyes, lips, and mustache pads. The hair on the cheeks is also dark. The face has a characteristic cheetah pattern when brown lines are located at the outer edge of the eyes and eyebrows and also go down to the nose from the inner corners of the eyes. The nature of the Singapore cat. Singapore cats have a very active, playful and restless nature. This breed retains its love for outdoor games throughout its life. Singapore is always on the move and gives the impression that fatigue is unknown to her. As a companion for entertainment, he can choose another pet living in the same territory. It doesn't matter who it is, a dog, a bird or even a hamster. This cat will easily find a common language in any animals. You can leave them with children completely calmly, they will humbly endure all children's pranks and will never offend little owners. Aggression is unusual for this breed, all of its representatives are friendly, gentle, affectionate and docile. They quickly become attached to a person and try to relentlessly follow their master, keeping him company in all household chores. Thanks to their developmental abilities, Singaporean cats are capable of learning, they are well trained, they quickly remember their nickname and easily carry out the simplest commands. Singaporean meows very rarely. She shows a quiet and gentle voice only in emergency situations. For all their love, these animals are completely unobtrusive. They understand when the owners are not up to them, and for this time they are able to occupy themselves. But as soon as someone from the family is free and sits down for a minute to rest, Singapura immediately materializes out of nowhere and sits down on his knees. Island cats are curious, like all felines. They love to observe all their surroundings from the height of a cabinet or refrigerator. Their small size does not prevent them from climbing and jumping well. They behave very carefully with strangers and objects. Cats need time to get used to new things. They will sit in a safe, secluded place and closely observe the events taking place. Realizing that there is no danger, the pet comes out of the shelter, but will behave wary. Singapore cats are sensitive and shy, so you shouldn't make noise in their presence. They do not tolerate unnecessary fuss and loud sounds at all. Quarrels, shouts and swearing will be a great stress for them and will force them to hide in the farthest corner. Singapore pet content. Singapore cats do not pose any particular difficulties in keeping. But this breed absolutely does not tolerate low temperatures and drafts, the tropical climate suits them much more. Food. Singapura does not make any special complaints about feeding, apparently the past hard life and feeding on garbage are affecting. These cats will be happy to consume both ready-made cat food and natural food. The amount and composition of food. The Singapura breed is not prone to overeating and obesity. Excessive activity and mobility allows them to fully consume the calories they consume and not put anything in reserve. This animal will not eat more than it needs. He does not differ in particular gluttony and gluttony. The recommended amount of feed is no more than 25-30 grams per 1 kilogram of live weight. Babies are first fed 5 to 6 times a day with a special wet kitten food. Then they are gradually transferred to adult nutrition and the number of meals per day is reduced to 2 times. Appearance care. Since the Singaporean cats are a short-haired breed, caring for them is very simple and does not require a lot of time. Combing. Island cats are distinguished by their special cleanliness, they are carefully licked and do an excellent job on their own with a short thin coat. To remove dead hairs, they are combed out no more than once a week with a special brush for short-haired animals. They molt imperceptibly for the owners, so no additional measures are required. Bathing. There is no need to bathe Singapore's cats often. It is enough to carry out water procedures once every 2 to 3 months. Ear care. Since the ears of this breed are quite large, their condition must be closely monitored. About once a week, the pet's ears are examined and wiped with a special ear care product sold in pet stores and veterinary pharmacies, or chlorhexidine. With cotton pads and sticks, carefully remove accumulated sulfur deposits and dirt. Many owners of Singapore cats note their amazing cleanliness. They very quickly learn to fulfill their natural needs in their pot. Any trade design will do. But it is better to purchase a closed version, since these shy animals love solitude at such moments. The choice of filler depends on the personal preferences of the owner and taking into account the wishes of the pet. At the initial stage, small kittens are advised to pour pellets made of paper or wood, they will not cause harm if accidentally swallowed. Defects of the Singapore cat breed. The gene pool of this breed is very small, so the phenomenon of inbreeding, closely related crossing, occurs frequently. In this regard, there are a number of defects and genetic pathologies. Disease propensity. The lack of genetic diversity in the Singaporean cat leads to the following health problems: infertility. Inertia of the uterus. Muscle tissue contracts poorly, as a result of which the animal cannot give birth by itself. Natural childbirth is impossible, so the cat has to have a cesarean section. Prone to colds, low immunity. The temperature rises, mucus discharge from the nose and eyes appears, the animal coughs and sneezes. General lethargy is observed. Pyruvate kinase deficiency. A genetic disease associated with a lack of a special glycolytic enzyme and leading to hemolytic anemia. It is expressed in a decrease in appetite, general lethargy, hair loss, etc. Sometimes a variant of the rapid development of severe anemia that threatens the pet's life is possible. Clinical manifestations become more noticeable in older animals. Vices of appearance. The following signs are considered to be disadvantages of appearance in Singapore cats: elastic, too soft or too long coat of colder gray shades, stripes on the outside of the limbs, dark hair color near the skin itself, palpable but visually invisible tail defects. Singapore has a number of defects in appearance that prevent it from participating in exhibitions and lead to the disqualification of the animal. Blue eyes, white spots, Well noticeable tail defects, lack of ticking on the head, transverse stripes, rings, on the tail, small eyes and ears, necklace stripes on the neck and legs, any color other than the standard breed color, sepia gaudy. Pros and cons of the Singapore cat breed. Pros. Unusual and charismatic appearance, non-aggressive and flexible character, weak blue, sociability and affection for people, cleanliness, unpretentiousness in maintenance and care, do not require special nutrition, rarely meow, get along well with other pets. Cons. Difficulties in acquiring kittens, excessive energy and activity, fearfulness and excessive alertness. Purchase of a Singapore cat kitten. The number of purebred Singapore cats in the world is small. This breed is more popular and widespread in the United States of America. There are very few specialized nurseries in Europe, but nevertheless, you can find kittens. It costs around $75 to $150 to adopt a Singapore. Conversely, it can be prohibitively expensive to buy a Singapore from a breeder. They are usually somewhere in the $800 to $2,000 range. Criterias of choice. It is almost impossible to confuse Singaporean babies with another breed because they are much smaller in size than other kittens of the same age. Their color is formed very early and the cubs look like adult animals. The only thing is that the coat can be a little longer, fluffier and softer to the touch. You need to buy kittens only from reliable breeders with a good reputation or in specialized nurseries. It is immediately necessary to decide what class you need a pet. If a show class animal with the right to show activity is required, the seller must provide a pedigree confirming a minimum of 4 generations of Singapore. The cost of such individuals is very high and can go up to $2,000 and more. A pet class, as a pet, will cost several times cheaper. Everything here is determined by the existing defects in appearance, absence of stripes on the face, light spots, tail defects, etc. In this case, the contract of sale will necessarily contain a clause on the need to sterilize or castrate the animal, prohibition on breeding. Before making a decision, you must definitely get to know the parents of the future pet. They should visually look like island Singapore cats and have documentary evidence of this fact. Experienced cat breeders advise you to pay attention to the following factors. The eyes and ears look healthy, they are clean, and do not have any suspicious discharge. The coat is silky and soft, without rolled and stuck together areas. Teeth are even and white. The tummy is soft, with slight pressure on it. The baby does not experience much discomfort. The animal can be a little shy. This is typical for the breed, but not excessively. The kitten must look healthy, not coughing, sneezing, rubbing its eyes, etc. Kitten age. Small island cats develop relatively slowly, so kittens are given no earlier than 3 to 4 months. If the pet is supposed to move a long distance, another city, country, etc., then the cubs are weaned from their mother after 4.5 months.